Alright, I wanted to record myself playing a little bit of Haste, just probably for my future self. I just think it'd be fun. I have been sort of switching between these a lot. I want to go Wraith's Hourglass because I've been doing a lot of Courier's Board and a lot of Grappling Hook, and Hourglass seems more fun. Is this on Peaceful? I don't want this to be on Peaceful. I hate peace. I hate peace and rainbows and puppies and unicorns. I'm all for war. That's what everyone says about me. They say, "Oh, he's always about war." You know that. I walk into a room and they say, "It's war. It's Mr. War." They're Brooklyn accents. Okay, see that's what I was expecting. That it gives you a difficulty thing. Maybe it did. I I might have missed that. It's possible that I missed that. All right, now a minute into the video, we can. Whoa, everything's trippy. I guess Zoe ate a few too many of those edibles earlier. Haha, drug. But all right, the fun thing about Wraith's Hourglass is that you get so much more maneuverability while you're doing it, and so you can use it as like a speed boost, but it's also fun to just use it as like a turn. Um, but that's probably not a good way to use it. The unfortunate thing is that it's the speed boost by its very nature is not instant because you're still going through time while you're making your decision. Like the Courier's Board gives you a speed boost immediately, but with the Wraith's Hourglass you get the speed boost after you've made your decision. So it's not on click you get the speed, it's on click you get to start making your decision. But I do feel good about the way it lets me move. I feel like if I use it multiple times in succession, I can basically just TAS Haste. Someone should TAS Haste. That would be an insane thing to see. I wonder. I mean, I guess it's not popular enough for anyone to TAS it, but Yomi Haste would insane. Oh, good lord! All right. I wonder what item we're gonna get here. I'm not sure what's gonna pair best with the hourglass, but I'm kind of accepting anything at this point. Um, let's see what we've got. Hopefully something new. On death, ignore death. That's always good. That's very strong, less strong in endless, because in endless, if you die, you're already sort of bored of it. Plutonium coin is just great. I mean, if you get lowering stuff, then you get to make it faster, and it's nice to just have a very consistent uh, source of energy that's not dependent on you landing well. I'm actually at way too high energy right now. I might as well use some of it on speed. Just get max speed out of each boost. I should look in the at the speedometer for my next boost to see how much speed you get from Wraith's Hourglass. Is it like a flat speed? It's probably not flat. It's probably based on how fast you're going. So let's see. I am at 94 right now, and then I use the speed boost. Brings me up to about 125. So it's pretty reasonable to say it's just a flat 30 speed increase. But well, let's see here. Let's wait until I go a little faster and then we'll test again. This is the most scientific way to run experiments, by running through a desert and then periodically uh, slowing time down. So I am at about 100 instantly to about 130. Okay. It looks like it's not super dependent, but well, let's go a little faster right now. I am at about 110 up to about 130. It might I think that was probably just because I was slowing down in terms of acceleration. I'm gonna treat it like it gives you 30 speed because I think that makes the most sense. Because it definitely doesn't give you boost, because I think it would tell you. If it did give you boost, that would pair really well with a lot of boost items. But oh, I have never seen monochrome map. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. I wonder if the Courier's Board is monochrome as well, because it looks like Zoe's still got a little color. Like I wonder, because the sparks are monochrome. It would be cool if there was one thing that wasn't monochrome, like the lasers. Okay, well you know what, my ask and ye shall receive. which is not a good phrase, by the way, simply untrue. I want to play a really good running game. Oh, crap, it does work. All right, sorry, I was proven wrong. These trees are so pretty. I never noticed because everything's always flashing colors at me. Monochrome gives you time to appreciate. That's why people draw in pencil. Not because coloring takes longer, but because minimalism. And minimalism. Whoa, alright. I like skidding across the ground like a rock. That's fun. I need to make sure that I am using my energy more since I have so much gain of it. Oh, can I stack up on boosts? Like, can I do 2 max boosts very quickly? Oh, ow. Can I hit a tree? Uh, but like if I do this and then immediately go into another one, I think it went even faster. I think I got up to 150. Ooh, I wanted that to be a perfect landing, but it still gave me a lot of speed. Wonder how fast I can get just through. Yeah, I have no speed increasing items. It's just the hourglass and energy. I wonder if I could get to 200 just doing like a bunch of hourglasses in a row. That could be interesting. Uh, Actually, what might be helpful for that is like gaining energy on spark pickup. But okay, so let's just try doing a few right now. All right, I got to 150 like pretty easily. Yeah, it's not difficult to maintain 150 with the plutonium coin, which is, by the way, very funny item. All these items are very funny. My favorite is either performance-based health insurance, which heals you when you get a perfect landing. That is another stunning critique of capitalism uh, by Haste, which obviously the subtitle is Socialist. Haste Socialist. They made the original Haste, and then they were like, you know what? Let's make a new edition. It's like Pokemon Fire Red, you know, Haste Socialist. Yeah, this is a Gen 1 Haste game that was released in Gen 3, where they were really leaning in a socialism direction. Um, oh god, I've got too much energy. All right, I'm just gonna let that out. How fast can I go? Wow, that got me up to 190. I could totally, like with a good speed boost at the beginning, I could totally get to 200 with just the hourglass. I'll try and do that next shard or next fragment. It usually takes a lot to get to 200. I guess if you have a high point to leap from, like if you're on a train level. Is this a train level? It's not a train level. The train levels should be the default level. Every other level should be a special thing for when you get sick of trains, but I'm never going to get sick of trains. All right. So let's try and get to like 110 without using... Never mind. Oh, okay. Recover, recover. Nice. All right, let's get to max energy. And then 110 speed. And then just like blast. Okay. That's 2. That's 3. And that's 4. 190 again. Can we... If we just fast fall, can we get a higher speed? No. All right. But that was close. If I just... I started at 100. I meant to start at 110, but I did not. But that means that is totally within reach, getting 200. It might even be within reach this fragment. Okay, yeah. I'm at 108. Go! 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 200! Wow. Dude, everything was blurring past. I'm just soaring over the level. Just with the, like, residual acceleration from that. That's awesome. Um, I should do that. Like, that's not only, like, a novelty trick. That's... Getting to 200 meters per second basically lets you skip the... Like, a third of the fragment easily. Let's see what our items are here. Spark Pickup restores health. That's always nice. I love Spark Dasher so much. I want to do a build around Spark Dasher. Yeah, yeah, for sure. There's a lot of things that you could do with Dasher. Um, yes, Spark Dasher is gonna be fun. And does it gives you boost? No, it just makes you dash through sparks. So I wonder if that makes me go faster. I'll have to check my meters per second once I find some sparks to go through. Wow, there's no sparks. Dude, y'all pour in this place. Okay, here we are. Wow, that instantly... have no healing. That instantly put me up to 200 while I was dashing. I was like speechless there. I'd worked so hard for 200 just a second ago. And then immediately I was outperformed by technology. AI stole my job. My job being to become 200 meters per second. I really love the little indicator it gives you on a spark if you have the spark dasher. That's nice. I appreciate it. Can I keep that speed? No, I can't. It does not keep the speed. Okay. So it seems like when it ends, it just rapidly decreases your speed. Uh, Probably by the same amount it gave you. So you're not going to be able to keep the momentum. But does that mean, does it instantly set it to 200 when you go through sparks? Or is it based on how fast you were going into them? Let's check. So I'm at 150 going into them. It took me up to 225. Huh. Further testing is required. Our top scientists are on the case. Oh, all right. Oh, I really thought I had Spark Dasher. I hate that cooldowns don't reset. I mean, it makes the game better, but it makes my life better because the game's better. But it makes the video better because it's more balanced. But it makes, ooh, sparks. All right, let's dash into these things. Okay, so it's not a set speed because I only went 219 that time. That's interesting. The cooldown. Oh man. All right. I was for a second thinking I had a huge IQ play and that cooldowns still went the same speed while I was using Wraith's Hourglass. No, they also slow down. So it kind of has inherent anti-synergy with anything that is cooldown based, which is interesting. Or I guess not anti-synergy, but it's just like hard to make synergy with them. But anything that's like on spark pickup or on heal or dependent on boost, things that just don't have a cooldown are probably going to be a lot better. Let's see how fast we can get right now. Alright, and then keep that speed into the next sparks. There's no more sparks, never mind. But that means we're going to have Spark Dasher immediately. Let's hope we can not die. I don't want to die. Usually you want to take something that regenerates early into the build, but ooh, no, it's only damage reduction. It's only damage reduction. That sucks. I was like, I'm going to be invincible and I'm going to dash through these sparks, but yeah, I still take damage. I don't know why I even like demonstrated that. Look, I need to prove it. You don't believe me. You don't get it. Listen. You don't understand. Can I switch tracks? Yeah, I can. Can I just go down here? Yeah, I can. All right. Wow, Wraith's Hourglass. I used to think Courier's board was the best for dealing with these because of the little hop, but Wraith's Hourglass is very much the best on train levels. Like, nothing else comes close. Grappling Hook just swings you off the track. You cannot have a linear path with Grappling Hook. And Sage's Cowl gives you a boost. Actually, it's probably good, but Wraith's Hourglass, just the sheer ability to switch tracks is so strong. I'm Spark Dashing. I don't care. I don't care what you say. I don't care about the liberal agenda. I'm Spark Dashing. Ooh, liberal agenda. Oh my god, I need to be more careful when I'm dealing with the liberal agenda. Moving on to another train level. I've never gotten two in a row. And I still haven't. All right. This is interesting. I thought only mushroom levels could have big chasms like this, but apparently just normal forest levels can too, which is disappointing. I don't like chasms. They ruin a lot of good hardworking builds who've pulled themselves up by their bootstraps. But, you know, I guess that's the way it goes in this world. Let's go fast. Gotta go fast. Must go fast. It is a requirement. I got a 213 that time. It is crazy how, with no speed increasing items, and just, like, good energy buildup, not even good energy buildup, just, like, max energy with anti-sparks, and then, oh boy, I don't know how I survived that. I don't know how. We're only on fragment 8. I have to survive the end of this and then a whole nother fragment? Dude, look at my health, dog. I'm going to jail. Alright, I'm really having trouble deciding whether it's better to use Wraith's Hourglass like this to just straight up fly over the obstacles. That was not a good use. Or whether it's better to use it like the Courier's board, where you're not using it for long periods of time, you're just using it to adjust. I think there's a time and a place. There's a time and a place. There's a continuum. There's a time and a space. There's a continuum. There's Khloe Kardashian, which is interesting choice. God, what were you doing over there? What was your plan there? Another train level, guys. This is my dream. This is awesome. I love trains. I love public transit. This is why we need walkable cities. Haste is full of walkable cities. Haste, Haste's subtitles actually walkable cities. It's like Heart Gold and Soul Silver. They had to. It was made in Gen 4 where they were really getting into socialism. After Gen 3 where they were already getting into socialism. I died, but I couldn't interrupt the bit. I couldn't interrupt the bit by reacting. The only way to stay fully stoic is to be running a bit, and you will no longer have the option of reacting. It's the only way. I fell off the track. This is why trains suck. This is why we don't need walkable cities. This is why we need cars and personalized travel. Can I? I can. I can rate sour. Whoa, I can die. But I can rate Sourglass while I'm spark dashing. I don't know why I haven't tried that. Does it give me speed? Or does spark dashing just set me at a speed and keep me going? I don't want to try it. I don't want to try it because I'm scared if I spark dash, I'm going to run into something. If I get ahead of this train, spark dash, and then look at the... I get faster and it immediately brings me back down. So what Spark Dash probably does is just try and keep me at 220 meters per second. So that is anti-synergy with everything, or not anti-synergy, but just that is incredibly difficult to have synergy with. You can't keep momentum, you can't, it's not boost, it's just a direct increase to speed. All right, let's see. Instantly proven wrong. That is great for Spark Dash. I don't want another activatable. I said I don't want another activatable. That's really good. I'm not going to lie to you, that's really good, but I think I can find a better generation. Distance-based health insurance is always good. Dynamo treadmill is very good. Reheated soup is incredible. That means I'm still going to be able to be increasing my speed. Wraith's Hourglass eats up energy like nobody's business. There are more trains. There are more trains. I repeat, there are more trains. This is... Am I being pranked right now? Oh, wow. This is... Yeah, this regeneration is nice. I'm just going to be doing Wraith's Hourglass all day. Yeah, there we go. If there was something... No, yeah, that's kind of what I wanted for Wraith's Hourglass. Something that does something based on the energy usage. Whoa, just ramming through poles right here. That's what I say when I invade Poland. That's actually Haste's subtitle. Haste Let's Invade Poland. It's kind of like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. It was during Gen 6 where they were getting really into invading Poland. So, it's... Wow. I thought my bit was untouchable. I thought I couldn't stop bidding. I thought it was impossible to interrupt my bit, but no. Apparently, I'm weak. I am weak, and that track went through a hill that's not safe. That's... You can't do that. That's not how train work. Don't train like that. Using a noun as a verb is less funny when the noun is already a verb. That's deeply disturbing. I am going to stop the video at the next item set because apparently talking is tiring and it takes energy to think. But good news, I'm not talking. I'm communing telepathically with my mind. telepathically. I've never gotten up there before. That's fun. I enjoyed that. Um, that I say Raid's Hourglass lets you go to so many places you just couldn't before. Sorry, I don't want to sound like a Raid's Hourglass shill. I have a lot of problems with the company, um, namely their treatment of Poland during Gen 6. But also the fact they keep running the Pokemon bit into the ground, that's not great. But let's go through the boost ring. I'm going to just keep slowing down time. I want to get this timing right. Jesus Christ, that's not the fastest I've ever moved in the game, but that might be the fastest I've ever accelerated. Yeah, a full Wraith's Hourglass into a boost ring has got to be like at point blank. That's got to be some of the biggest speed increase in like a split second in the game. Well, I guess that and Spark Dash, which instantly takes you up 100 meters per second. But that's how it goes. I'm the hip hopopotamus, the hip hop hippo. Uh, Someone shoot me. Someone put me down. I cannot be allowed to play Haste at 9:25 at night, dude. This is my bedtime. I gotta be going to sleep, man. I got a big day tomorrow. I've got stocks to trade. I got bills to deal. I'm dealing bills to drugs. I That's kind of the bit. No, that's that's the end of that joke. That's you can take it from there. Use your imagination, you coward. These gap levels are sort of growing on me, mostly just because Wraith's Hourglass is good on them, because you can gain a lot of speed on the really steep slopes. I gained a lot of momentum with Wraith's Hourglass, and I immediately lost almost all of it just by... No, I didn't. Wait. If you go into it with a lot of momentum, it won't increase your speed while dashing, but it'll keep you at the momentum after. So it's completely safe to spark dash while you have a lot of momentum, because you're just going to get it right back. It's fragment 12, and I don't have not anywhere close to 1,000 sparks. So I really got to get going on the spark pickup, because this is like the exact point where I feel like it's possible to get 1,000 sparks by now, but it's going to be difficult. Or is it? No, because I got 150 to go, and I've got 2 fragments. No, I'm fine. I'm overreacting. You're overreacting. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Sorry, was that triggering for you? It's the funniest thing you can possibly do. Like, if you... pro humor tip, if you ever run out of jokes, just make fun of people. That's always a great trick. No, it's better when the people in question have unironic the Joker profile pictures, because they think they're the Joker. In reality, I'm the Joker. They can never be the Joker. Cue maniacal laughter. I'll put it in post. That was a pretty bad spark dash. That was very short. Wow. I tried to get both lines of sparks, and I got neither. That is retribution. Let's just go up. Let's actually see how high we can go. Can we get much higher? Not really. That's about as high as we can get. Let's fast fall straight down. How was that not a bad landing? Dude, Zoe has permanent cranium trauma. How is that not, like... I swan dove at like a 90-degree angle to the ground. That's not safe. Fellas, which is safer? Swan diving straight down into solid ground, or hill train? All right, last fragment, last chance to get 1,000 sparks. I don't think it's going to be difficult. I think it's going to be very easy. I think we're just gonna... This is good spark dash. This is good. No, it's not, but that's okay. I forgive myself. I've learned self-peace. I'm practicing with the Buddha. Buddha. Well, wonder what he likes to put on toast. It's Buddha. I can't believe it's not Buddha. That's people when they find... that's me if the real religion of the world is revealed to me and it ends up being Christianity, and I was completely convinced that it was Buddhism. I can't believe it's not Buddha. The second best way to make a joke after making fun of somebody with a Joker profile picture is to make a pun and then go in depth about the pun's backstory. Just give it a real, you got to have the emotional weight. If someone starts explaining the backstory of a pun to you, you know the pun's about to die in the next arc. It's one of the rules of storytelling. It's how good authors write. Good authors also write about this. Okay, wow. I thought that was gonna be a lot cooler. It is. It's gonna be a lot cooler. Yeah, I'm so glad that was a perfect landing. I thought that was gonna bring me up to like 250 speed, but it did not. All right, what is this item set? That's pretty good. I don't mind that, honestly. But I'm not gonna get to spend sparks. That's not good. Let's reroll. Let's see if we can get something more synergy. I don't take damage. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm running it. I'm running faster than 100 meters a second a lot. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna work. All right. All right. Let's get into the next fragment.